Hey everyone, we are here at the Delaware Seashore State Park. As you can see, the beach behind us is absolutely beautiful. Even though today is a bit cloudy and rainy, it's the day we arrived. We found out they have a restaurant here on site with a bar, and it is absolutely fabulous. Please join us on our adventure.
Hey guys, so we are at the Big Chill, and what you just saw from Kimberly, so this is probably our favorite state park so far. We've only been to a handful of state parks. We mostly do like party campgrounds, but what's so cool about this campground is it's first off, it's a state park, but second off, they have a bar, they have a restaurant, they have another bar, they have a gigantic beach with lifeguards, and then they have 2 campgrounds. And then on the campgrounds, you probably want to be in the south campground, in my kind of opinion, because it's connected to the bar and the beach. The other campground on the north side, I think you have to go over this gigantic bridge to come over here, which is a little bit more of a inconvenience.
They have a beach over there as well, but you can't just, they don't have a bar and a restaurant. It's just getting to the beach.
Yeah, so south campground, yeah, that's it. So we're gonna go check out the campground and show it off to you, and yeah. Hey guys, so we are at the Delaware Seashore State Park, and it's basically a really pretty kind of tight campground with these kind of narrow roads. And here we are here. The maximum site length I think is probably 40 feet. And if you see our camper, you can see, we're like right up to the line where it's like almost like danger close to the front, and the back is the same way too. So yeah, if you're gonna come here, I would probably say you want to be here for multiple days. You don't want to just do like an overnight like we are, because we had to ask somebody to move their truck to get in, and we're probably gonna have to do the same to leave. Yeah, it's pretty packed in here, but enough to like complaining. It's grass and sand, and there's these like kind of old picnic tables. There's a gigantic bridge near us, and then if you go like 20 miles that way, sort of like 20 minutes, you're in Ocean City, Maryland, which is a huge hip like party beach town. And then there is like this water between this campground, this is the south campground by the way, and then the north campground over there. And make sure you know which campground you're going to before you come here, because it's like a left turn, like a tight left turn like in one direction, and the other direction I think you can make like a right turn to get into this campground. So depending on if you're coming from the north or the south, getting into one campground versus the other means crossing the highway without like a light or anything like that. So just keep that in mind. So we do have full hookups here, which is really nice, and they are pull-throughs, but you can see the back here is also like lined up perfectly with the back. So yeah, just very, very difficult to get into with a big camper. But if you have a smaller camper, then probably this is going to be like perfect. And so we're going to go look around and see what else they have here, because we just got here and we're only here for one night. So hopefully this doesn't end up being a short video, because I don't know what else I can share with you yet. So let's go figure it out. We're going to do a little driving tour. This is the south campground, then we'll do the north. If you look at the road for a second, you'll notice that the truck occupies most of the road, and we have just a single wheel truck. If we had a dually, it would take almost the entire road. And you'll notice that everybody's parked in these weird spots because the campers are all backed up to the front and back of the sites, meaning you don't have a lot of room to negotiate to get into the sites. So small campers are king in this area, and big campers are just a little bit harder. This is the water in front of you, and you can actually see the north campground in the distance. But we're going to drive over there and kind of show you a little bit of the north campground. It looks very similar to this. That's the camp store there. And then everything over here, from what I was told, is like oysters and stuff. And you can go out here and collect oysters. Apparently it is knee deep. That's what I was told. I don't know any of the fishing laws or whatever, harvesting laws or whatever you want to call it. And on the left here is the campground, and once again you can see people with like boats parked in odd spots, and their cars are parked kind of in odd spots. And yeah, I'm hand holding the camera if you didn't notice. It just the sites themselves, this is a state park, so I guess that's kind of what you want to expect. But this is just probably the only real negative here is like the parking and the tightness of the campground. But everything else is absolutely wonderful. Today is a rainy day, so you'll see a little bit of rain occasionally on the lens and stuff, and you can't really avoid water. This is a tent camping area, and it is a humongous tent area. You like tons and tons of tents. And I noticed that some people had solar panels out, so I don't think that their tent camping area actually has power, which that's real kind of primitive. But yeah, that's how it is. And there's the entrance. So we're gonna jump on the road, and magically we're on the road coming from Ocean City going toward New Jersey. And that's the bridge right in front of us. To the left of us would be the South Campground, and to the right of us would be the beach and the restaurant footage that you saw. And that would be the turn off to go toward the beach and the restaurant, and then you go under the bridge basically to get to the South Parking campground. If you're coming in the opposite direction, they actually have a turn off also on the right. So either way, it doesn't really matter which direction you're coming from. The South Campground seems a lot easier to get into. And like I was saying, if you're camping in the North Campground, the North Campground has a regular beach, but they don't have the big restaurant that you saw with a double bar and everything. And so pretty much every single time you want to go over to the restaurant or you want to go to the bar and do drinking, you have to get on this gigantic bridge and spend this time going back and forth. But you can see how magnificent the beach is on the right. That beach is pretty gigantic and pretty awesome looking. Now, like I said, we were only here overnight, so we did not spend a whole lot of time on the beach. We were just kind of scoping this place out on our way to our next destination, and we're headed north, by the way. So anyway, I'm going to turn in and go to the North Campground now and give you guys a little bit of footage so you can see what's over there. And I'm just going to do a quick cut. This isn't going to just be like all like just driving highway, because that would be super, super boring. But as you notice here, to get into the North Campground, if you're coming from Ocean City, you have to turn just across this gigantic highway. So anyway, so there's a bridge on our left, big kind of cut to immediately get us quicker into the campground without having quite as much driving. And you can already see the campground right in front of us. It largely looks the same, and Kimberly's holding the camera right now, by the way. Just pointing that out. So anyway, this is the entrance to the campground, and we just happen to know that this is the entrance because we actually came to the wrong campground initially. I'll fess up to that, and they had to tell us, so we had to go to the other side. So we got to drive around the campground with our big camper, and this is what the north side looks like, and it largely looks the same. Basically, you have one-lane roads that are single directional. However, the campers look a little bit spaced out a little bit better on the north side than the south side. So.
Life is a winding road.
Where are we headed?
Delaware State Park, I think it's Seacoast.
Driving through days and nights.
Seashore State Park.
Won't stop
we've got
for
you into?
traffic lights. And